It's top 100, 40 to 31. Like I said, I've been busy, so I haven't been able to put these out as quickly as I wanted to. But this is just a recap of everything that's been done so far. You've seen a lot of big names. A lot of people will say, a little people have been ranked too low. Some people was ranked too high. What you got to keep in mind is, somebody like Game. A lot of people had problem with his spot. I mean, he beat a lot of people, but it was just because of what he did. He was just strategic. It had nothing to do with his individual skill as a player. It's him as a thinker and as a great leader. That's what got him all those wins. It's a difference between an individual player and a team, like a guy who can work with a team. It's a big difference. But now let's get started on this list. Number 40, we got Shabrak. Very, very, very underrated player in my opinion. He plays stacked and he also plays handicap. I think he's part of that little Guido group. But his skill sets is he's a real good slayer and he's a good team player. Now I put him this high because he's one of those guys where if you're not really paying attention, he can kill you in a slayer position. He's actually got a really solid shotgun. You should probably see him. But number 39, we got the best player in EXP in my opinion, skilled EXP. He plays stack. He also plays handicap. His skill sets is he plays Slayer, plays support, he's a good team player. He's basically an all around player to me. When I played against EXP and he's in here, he's always shines. He's definitely the most talented and the best player in that team. So big shout out to him and yeah, good shit. 38, we got D Blockham coming from my squad. He plays stack with us. He also plays handicapped a lot, so if you see him with a loss, it's not my fault. But skill sets, he's a slayer. He does the dirty work for us. He also a textbook guy. He's boring to watch, but he gets it done like a motherfucker. And he also got the Hammer of Dawn because he's one of those guys where if you're not under a roof, he'll kill you. He actually initially taught me how to use it. I learned a lot from him in game in that department. But number 37, we got Juju Beans. Now, he probably does play more than just stack, but whenever I ran with him or ran against him, he was always on the stack team, so that's what he got. His skill sets, he got the signature play style because, everybody knows this dude is like the best public all-star wall bouncer in the game. It doesn't mean he's the best wall bouncer, but as far as the pub stars, he got it. He's a slayer and modded, but he chooses when to use his mod. I mean, I know he has a mod, but he kind of picks and chooses. He doesn't really use it as much as you would think he would. But 36, we got Spitfire 7769. In my opinion, of course, the best player coming from 7769. He plays stacked. He also plays solo, plays handicap. Caught him on all three. Even though he don't finish games, he plays all of that. And skill set, he's a random abuser. He does not play tryhards. But whenever I played against him, and he's not the rounds he stayed, he was a little bit of a problem. He plays Slayer, plays support, and he also got the everything because he does everything for the team while he's still in the game. Number 35, we got Potter. He plays handicap. Never seen him stack, but I definitely never seen him by himself. He plays his skill sets. He's a hammy artist because this dude's hammer burst is wild. Like he's one of the best hammer bursts in the game, definitely. He also got the everything because whenever he's on the team, he does everything for him. Grabs everything, makes sure everybody's in line, all that. And he's the first person on this list with the Rambo. It's one thing to play solo, but it's another thing to play solo and win against tryhards. He's one of the few players in this game that can play by himself and win against tryhards. So he got the Rambo. Number 34, we got Old Massacre. In my opinion, another very, very, very underrated player. He plays stacked whenever I played against him. I never caught him playing handicap. And he also was Slayer. Now, he's underrated in the sense where he's good when you're fighting him, but he's not really, that smart or he kind of makes some wild decisions. But as far as his shotgun and all that, it gets him away with a lot of things. He's actually a really good player when it comes to just being individually sound. Number 33, we got Reborn. Whenever I played against him, the kid was playing stat. Nothing wrong with that. His skill sets, he got that everything. Back in the day, he was one of those guys. He's a support player, also really good team player, and you see he got the Mr. Tebow. Now the Tebow, of course, is a torque bow. It's one of those things where if it's revving and you're out in the open, it's a wrap. There's a few people. I mean, there's a lot of people that's really good with the torque bow, but there's few people who hits every shot. He's one of those guys that if you're out in the open, you're not like he's gonna hit that shot. So moving on, we got 32. We got Any Excellence. He plays handicap. Never caught him playing anything else when I played against him. And these skill sets, I'm gonna skip the first one for a second. He got the everything. Plays support, slayer, team player. Basically, the everything for coming from NE does everything. But I gave him the Juggernaut. Now the Juggernaut is host, but he's a different breed of host. There's a couple players with that, but what I mean is he's almost impossible to kill in a 1v1, 1v2 situation on his host. You better come right if you're going to kill him on his host. So, but moving on, we got 31. We got Bundles. Plays handicap. Refuses to play stat because I played with him a lot. And I never really caught him playing solo either. But I think I caught him once. But support, he definitely plays support. He plays with randoms a lot, so I mean he's a different type of player when it comes to playing randoms. He actually supports the randoms and wins a lot of games. He's also a really good team player because he does a little GB, and he's a real good slayer. Got a lot of respect for this guy. He real solid. Knew him from way back in the day. But that's the end of this part of the list. Stay tuned. 30 to 21 coming soon. Like the players is getting real good at this point, so you won't want to stay tuned and see who's gonna be on this list. But I'm out.